What's up guys, my name is Brandon, you guys can call me Swifterrs, and today I'm very excited to be bringing you guys the first episode of Zombie Weapon Comparison, a brand new series here on my channel where we compare two weapons throughout Call of Duty Zombies against one another in order to find out which weapon is best. Today's episode, we're going to be comparing the MR6 and the M1911. This was suggested by a subscriber of mine known as Jack and Murtaza, so huge shout out goes to them. Now if you guys would like to be featured in the next episode, make sure to comment two weapons down below that you guys would like to see me compare. Also, shout out goes to Rippers FX and All-Star Boy. They commented Notification Squad on my last video, and if you guys would like to be featured in my next video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Once you've done all of that, comment Notification Squad and I may just give you a shout out. So guys, with all of that being said, let's get started with the very first episode of Zombie Weapon Comparison, starting with the MR6 and the M1911. So to start things off, we're going to be taking a look at the MR6. This weapon was the standard starting pistol for the longest time in Black Ops 3 Zombies. Obviously, with the new patch update, the M1911 is now the new starting pistol on Zombies Chronicles maps. However, you can still start with the MR6 on all of the previous DLC maps in Black Ops 3. Now the MR6 is obviously a semi-automatic pistol, and typically when you spawn into a game of zombies, you're awarded 8 rounds in the magazine with 32 bullets in reserve, but if you complete all of the other Easter eggs in Black Ops 3, not only are you awarded an RK5 as an additional starting pistol, but you're also given 8 rounds in the MR6's magazine with 80 bullets in reserve. Now the MR6 deals 20% damage to zombies, and it has a 1.5 second reload time when you still have ammunition in the magazine, but it has a 1.85 second reload time when the magazine is completely empty. Not only that, the MR6's rate of fire is 500 RPM, so statistically speaking, you are able to get a lot of shots off in a short amount of time. Now because the MR6 is so small, the mobility rate is extremely high. Obviously, as you guys know, when you pack a punch or upgrade the MR6, you're awarded Death and Taxes, 2 dual-wield semi-automatic explosive pistols. Now Death and Taxis is obviously a dual-wield weapon. It fires grenades with much higher damage, dealing 1000% to the zombies. At the same time, it has a smaller magazine size and a slower rate of fire. Now the Unpack-a-Punched MR6 has a magazine size of 8 with a reserve of 80 upon getting a max ammo, but Death and Taxis only has a magazine size of 6 per weapon with an ammo reserve count of 50, so obviously the ammo count is a lot less on the upgraded version of the MR6. Now overall, the MR6 isn't anything special. It's pretty much a standard starting pistol like we've seen in pretty much every single Call of Duty Zombies game. It's pretty difficult to kill zombies even when you get to round 4. I personally tend to stay away from keeping the MR6 for a long period of time, and I typically don't always upgrade it just because I always go down from the explosive bullets that Death and Taxis gives off. Now to switch gears a little bit, we're going to be taking a look at the M1911. This was a classic starting pistol in Call of Duty Zombies. We had the Colt M1911 back in World at War, we had the M1911 in Black Ops 1 and in Black Ops 2, but upon the release of Black Ops 3, the MR6 replaced the M1911 as our starting pistol. Now obviously, with the most recent update, the M1911 is now the starting pistol on particular Zombies Chronicles maps, but if you take a look at the statistics, the M1911 and the MR6 are extremely similar with a couple of key differences. In regard to the damage, the M1911 and the MR6 both deal the same. 20% to the zombies with a 3.5 increase to the head, 1.25 to the chest, and 1.1 to the abdomen. Also, the magazine size is the exact same with 8 bullets with a reserve of 80 upon getting a max ammo, but if you just spawn into a game without completing the previous Easter eggs in Black Ops 3, not only do you get 8 bullets in the magazine, you only have 32 bullets in reserve. Now this is where the changes come in. In regard to the fire rate, the M1911 has a max fire rate of 625 RPM when compared to the MR6, which only has a 500 RPM. Even though that's the case, the M1911 has a little bit of a slower reload rate, being 1.63 when there's ammo in the magazine and 1.8 when it's completely empty. Now obviously, once you pack-a-punch the M1911, you're awarded Mustang and Sally. 2 dual-wield pistols which fire grenades. They have a slow rate of fire, a smaller magazine, and less ammo, but they do a ton more damage and they have a quicker reload time. Now overall, the M1911 isn't anything special. It's a basic starting pistol, and even when you pack-a-punch it, Mustang and Sally are pretty difficult to use just because the splash damage from the grenades makes it so that your character could potentially go down unless you're training zombies in a wide open area. But between the M1911 and the MR6, personally, I'm gonna have to choose the M1911 over the MR6 any day. I personally feel like the rate of fire is much higher on the M1911, and it feels as if the MR6 has a little bit more recoil or kick than the M1911. Not only that, but the M1911 is a classic and iconic gun in Call of Duty Zombies. It was the first starting pistol we received on Nocturne and Toten, and for the sake of nostalgia, I'm gonna have to go with the M1911 as the better one when compared to the MR6. Overall, guys, let me know in the comment section below which weapon you prefer more, the M1911 or the MR6. Also, let me know in the comment section below 2 weapons that you guys would like me to compare in the next episode of Zombie Weapon Comparison. Overall, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to drop a like down below, subscribe if you're new. With that being said, I'll be sure to catch you guys later.